Monday night matchup, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And a short pickup to about the 25. Well, this defense for the Niners very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Second down, Cousins. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. You look at this Niner defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season, but boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. The Vikings sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They go play action. Cousins. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. To throw, Cousins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Everyone's eyes go to him when he nears the end zone, and that includes the coverage, who took away the easy throwing lanes and forced a high throw.
Now a 2nd and 10. Cousins now. This is Alexander Madison out of the backfield with it. He's got room to roam. Touchdown, Vikings! Alexander Madison, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
To the 43, 2nd down. Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Throwing here, Purdy. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Moody good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Some strong running at the 20. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Here's Madison getting it again on second. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Cousins. He's got his target. That's complete. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 40 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go Madison up the middle. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On play action, Cousins. Throw left side, and Osborne has it. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now Cousins. And that's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Throwing is Cousins. And it'll be intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job, and Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They go play action here. Purdy. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
On second down, McCaffrey. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 94 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Purdy now to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here's 2nd and 3. Play action, now Purdy. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive, then march to the end zone the last time out.
3rd and 12. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, Purdy. And he will find his man, Samuel. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 19 yards that time for number 19. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back to throw, Purdy. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the 49ers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And that is every quarterback's worst nightmare. You had the perfect play call. The C's parted perfectly. You had your guy wide open. He could have run for days, but he overshoots him. And that's one he'll think about for the next month.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Osborne. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First down, here's Cousins. That's down the field for Jefferson. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Cousins again. They'll find Osborne here. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. And the Niners get there and bring him down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. It was Danielle Hunter to make the play in the backfield. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Purdy off the play fake. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive in the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Cousins, and a throw here caught by Addison. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Cousins. They'll get this underneath to Madison. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the red zone now, Cousins. This goes out wide from Madison. And so close, he gets into the run. Out of bounds right there. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. Madison will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Now the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And we got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Purdy now to throw off the play action. He's got the hook out downfield to Samuel. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Purdy looking to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Purdy. That's going to be caught by Samuel. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the 49ers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Fighting his way through contact. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Cousins now. And his throw here's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
141 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Throwing here, Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Purdy now to throw. That is intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach tell us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. What a way to wrap up the week in the NFL. All tied on this Monday night as the kick is away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. This is 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Oh, look at the juke. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
Throwing, Purdy. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 29-yard line. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter play.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, you crowd the line of scrimmage. If they do pop one, it's going to go.
Yeah, as you say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. And this one is right through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play in overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Cousins to throw. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle. Kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Here's 2nd down. Now Cousins. Pass complete. It's Hockenson. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the 1st down. Got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field.
Final 2 seconds. This is it. One last shot now for Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good.